Welcome to Podheim, Jiroc's Valheim podcast. Let's give him the business.
Hey everybody, today is June 20th, 2023. I'm your host, Jiroc the Viking, and joining me today are my fellow Vikings, Gwen the Shield Maiden.
Hello, or howdy, should I say.
True maiden.
The true maiden, yes. You'll understand why soon.
We also have Shield Maiden Morning Darkness. And I didn't hear you.
The mute maiden.
The muted maiden.
This is a great start.
Oh, there we hear you now.
It's working now, yeah.
You probably, hi. And
I promise I didn't change anything.
I know, right? It's just Discord deciding to not send anything through. And joining us again is Digivaste.
The Dishu Viking. Hello.
And before we get started, I just wanted to mention that today's episode is sponsored by G Portal. You can save 10% on a gaming server for Valheim or any other game if you use my link, jiroctheviking.com/gportal. That said, Morning Darkness. There's been a lot of news. Can you give us a preview of some of the Valheim news we'll be covering later in the podcast?
Alert.
Oh, the beginning of your audio is being clipped. Like we missed the first 3 words for some reason.
That is... Here, how's that?
Yeah, maybe
Is
if
that
the
any
mic's closer, it won't clip. But so you were saying for
Spoiler alert. Also, we will be covering concept art for Ashlands mage armor. And the big Hildir's request update is out on public test branch now. And it includes new locations, world modifiers, 2 new crafting extensions, new hair and beard styles, new items, and so much more.
Am I the only one who can't hear Jiroc?
No, Jiroc is muted.
Okay,
now.
good. Because I can see MD, your eyes.
you see the mouth
panic.
moving. I was just talking. No, I was coughing, so I had muted myself and forgot. That's going to happen a lot because I have a cold right now. So,
No.
Well, don't forget to unmute yourself after coughing then.
Okay, I'll try not to. But yeah, I was saying the Hildir's request update is exciting because it's got so much more than just the Hildir's request stuff coming with it, like those world modifiers. Oh my goodness, I'm not even sure what to do with my servers, but we'll talk about that more when we get there. First, let's talk about hats. Gwen, looks like you've been working on the farm.
Mm-hmm. That's probably the closest then that I have from all your fancy cowboy hats. So
I love it. I think that's my favorite.
Because I'm wearing
hat.
your T-shirt.
Oh, look at that.
I'm wearing your Give Him the Business 10K special T-shirt.
Oh yeah,
nice. The 10K exclusive. So I thought I need to match. Wait, I need sunglasses. Where are my sunglasses?
Oh, you forgot your sunglasses. Yeah, I've got the new design on myself.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh. We didn't even coordinate.
Ooh.
That's cool.
Yeah, we didn't try to coordinate, but we both have the T-shirt on. So,
I almost wore a cap as well.
Oh, a ball cap?
Yeah, well, just a normal cap. Yeah.
Oh.
So tell us about your cap.
Well, mine I got at the Stagecoach Festival. Does anybody recognize the symbol on the hat there? Anybody? I'm sure
Greek letter of sorts.
I'm sure some of the viewers will. So that's a Y, and it's the Y. It's the logo for Yellowstone, the TV show starring Kevin Costner. Is anybody watching that show?
No.
No.
It's on my list, but I have not started watching it.
Yeah, it's a very good show, and they did 2 prequel shows, one in 1883 and one in 1923. And those prequel shows are, like period pieces. They're I think even better than the modern day Yellowstone show, but it's very good too. And so when we were at the Stagecoach Festival, they had a huge display for the TV show set up there, and I had to get some merch.
Yeah.
And of course, another hat to keep Gwen having to buy more hats to keep up with me. Where did you get your hat from, Gwen?
I think my mom or sister, one of them, bought it. And they I don't know why. Maybe it was a gift for someone else, or they bought it for themselves, but then ended up not wanting it, and so it's a handout. They gave it to me. It actually still has the tag on it. Yeah, it's actually. Let me see. Oh, it's a fancy French hat. L'atelier du crochet, le voyage en panier. Oh, it's a French creator made by hand in France. Made in France. No, actually made in Madagascar. But made by a French designer apparently. So I think it's quite a fancy hat. It's very nice. But yeah, I got it from my family, and I don't know where they got it. So that's it.
It sounds like they know you so well.
I don't know. Sometimes they just like hand me stuff, and I'm like, I have enough things that I don't need to be hoarding the things that you don't want as well. But yeah, and usually because they live in France, they always like hand it to me when they come visit, and then so I'm stuck with it. Or whenever I go and visit, they insist for me to take it back, and it's like, I don't know why you haven't been given stuff. But usually it's more like Japanese sweets and things like that, like snacks and things. So those are good.
Well, I love your hat, Gwen, and I'm jealous. I want one like that.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's got the kind of cowboy hat shape up there.
Yeah.
But then it's like a straw hat, summer hat. So yeah, it's interesting. Cool.
It looks really comfortable.
Yeah, it's actually really well made. You can tell that it's good quality because these straw hats, they can be a little bit like brittle and stuff, but this looks really really well made. So yeah, I'll try to wear it in the summer. I'll try to use it for my kayaking excursions.
Cool. Well, Gwen, you have another big change over there besides the hat this week, right?
Yes, I have finally upgraded my PC. Yay!
Yeah.
I am no longer a cheap potato laptop peasant. So yeah. I have upgraded. I just started. I got it like this weekend. So today is Tuesday, I think. Yeah, I got it on Sunday. So I started. So Sunday was basically setting it up on my desk, moving all the cables around. As I was telling you earlier, I forgot, coming from a laptop to a PC, I forgot how many peripherals you need for PCs. So keyboard and stuff like that I wasn't using before. So I spent, most of my afternoon just setting it up and making sure that it's all plugged in and that the cable management is not too chaotic and all that fun stuff, which is probably my least... Well, just setting up PCs, I don't like it. That's why I got a laptop, because it's plug and play. But anyway, so I did all that setup, the physical setup, and now I need to do all I did the hardware setup, so now I need to do the software setup. So yeah, I haven't yet installed any games or anything like that, but yeah, I'm looking forward to testing it, to seeing how it goes. I'm not going to be streaming this week because I've got a busy week with work, but I think either this weekend or next Thursday, I'll try. I'll need to test my stream setup again, transfer over all the OBS settings and all that fun stuff, and and then I should be able to play again. Yay! After over a month of break, that will be nice. Just on time for Hildir's quest, maybe.
Yeah, I have an idea, Gwen. So we'll talk later.
Okay. Well, there is one stream that I do want to do before the end of the month, because this month is Pride Month. And I have plans for that. So I'd like to do a charity stream, probably with my sister again. So I do need to set that up and find some time to do that before the end of the month. But other than that, I need to get back to season 4 of Valheim over on Jiroc's seasonal servers.
Yes.
And then yeah, I'll probably also need to find some time to try out Hildir's Quest whenever that is out on the main branch.
Yeah, we'll have to look at adding the Hildir's Quest locations to season 4 also, depending on when I finally release it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, that's cool that you got a new computer finally. I was going to say, if anybody else is looking to get a new computer or laptop, you can check out my sponsor, Zydax. Just go to jiroctheviking.com/Zydax. They ship internationally and are one of the only computer companies to offer a lifetime parts and labor warranty. So check them out if you need a new computer.
Life goals.
What's that?
Life goals.
Yes. Valheim Ancients, the season 4 server, MD, you've been playing on there a little bit, haven't you?
I have, and I love it. The world file for season 4 of Valheim Ancients, by the way, is available to download. So this world includes new location, tweaks to every biome, including a fully populated Ashlands and Deep North, and little to no mist in the Mistlands. Come on, folks. It's amazing. It's available to all patrons who support Jiroc's YouTube channel or this podcast. Go to patreon.com/Jiroc the Viking and definitely go check it out. I have been having an absolute blast in this world, and you can become a Patreon and then get some friends together and explore the world as well, and it's totally worth it.
Yeah, I'm really excited, especially with the new Hildir's update, to how different now season 5 is going to be, because I have even more things I can add to it.
Ooh.
Well, Gwen, I know that you've mentioned that you might be interested in trying out 7 Days to Die, especially now that you have a new computer.
Exactly. Now that I have the capacity to have multiple games and things without my laptop completely overheating. Definitely want to try 7 Days to Die at some point. I know that there is a new Alpha 21, which came out. It's the experimental version, so I'm guessing it's like similar to the beta or a public test branch, or is it the actual release, Jiroc?
Alpha 21 is just the next version of the game. They call it and right now
I see.
They released the experimental version, and then after a few weeks of experimental, it's like testing. It's basically like the public test branch.
Okay, that's what I figured. So your servers, the 7, because you do have a 7 Days to Die server, which is free to join, and that one is already running the new Alpha 21 experimental version. So it's one of the biggest updates ever of the 10 years of the game.
It's been out for 10 years
around.
Yeah.
Oh, exactly, with lots of exciting new content and improvements. And if you want to join us and play with the wonderful community that's already on there, you can join us on Discord, and you'll get all the server information to be able to just simply hop on. So join us on Discord. I'm reserving some of these games for post summer, because I feel bad playing games and staying indoors in the summer. And I know, Jiroc, you're the same. We're very much outdoor people. So, I definitely want to try 7 Days to Die. I actually already bought the game because it was on sale on Steam a couple of months ago. It was like 75% off or something. So
nice.
Got the game. It's in my Steam library. It's waiting for that right moment where I have the time to go and get lost in it. So yeah, but you can join us over on Discord, or if you type jiroctheviking.com, you'll see all the links to our Discords and all the information about servers, etc.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, I'm excited to see you play 7 Days to Die. I mean, every new
player... We'll
have
to play together.
Yeah. I mean, it still catches me. I'm walking around, and the way they have the game is things just jump out at you, and you, it gets me still. And I've been playing it for 10 years.
I'm sure I've mentioned it before, but my only other experience of a kind of survival game was, I think it was called DayZ, but it had to be renamed to Infestation or something. It was basically like a Norma style thing with zombies, and so terrifying. I could not. I tried to play it with friends, but I just died of hunger because I was just too scared of getting close to the villagers to find stuff, because that's where all the zombies were, and it was horrible. So I think 7 Days to Die is going to be bad. It's going to be really bad for me. I'm not sure we'll have to play it with you guys, and then it will be fun.
That means
there'll be a lot of
stream.
screaming.
What's that, Baste?
That means some crazy moment for the stream.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I'll definitely stream it, and it'll be. But that's why I'm thinking, starting it in the winter is even better, because I usually play in the evenings, and so it's like going to be dark and gloomy outside, and I'm going to be playing scary games, and yeah, maybe I should time it to play it over like Halloween time.
There you go. Yeah, it's a good Halloween game, especially when it's dark and you're looking over your shoulder in your room too.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Hey, MD, can you tell us about some of the new videos you've been working on?
That
you've done.
There's one that I have been working on and released. I did finally release my first YouTube video.
Yeah, you did.
How to make a rainbow in Valheim. And it's actually, for its first and only on the channel, I think it's doing fairly well.
Yeah.
So like and subscribe.
Yeah,
it's a great video. It's
thanks.
perfect. The tutorial is super easy to follow, and the pacing is great.
I wouldn't
well
say it's
done.
perfect, but for some this had me in tears. Like for 4 days, I was just like, "It's not working. None of it is working." Like I was, it was very frustrating, but I did it.
Yeah.
And then, like 2 days before I was ready to be done, I'd done all of the video recording and everything. They updated the. They sent out they updated with the maypoles, and it changed, like something they did changed the text, and so it messed up the rainbow. No. So I had to do a voiceover to change the actual settings versus what you see in the video, because I was like, if I change everything now and try to get the video to match up with what's true now, I'm never going to get this out.
Yeah.
So I cried, and then I just swallowed my pride and went with this.
No, it's good. It's great. It's only a minute and 47 seconds, and it relays the information quickly and concisely. And even though you had to update it, I think it's pretty clear, like the changes you made to deal with the patch that they threw at you right before you released it.
Like the day or so before. It was so sad.
Well, it's kind of a blessing that they did that before you released it, because at least you have a chance to go back and fix it.
Right, exactly.
Check that out. Isn't that cool?
That was good.
Otherwise, you would get like hundreds of comments of people saying it is not working.
Yeah. Does this work anymore? That's the question I always get on my videos. Does this work anymore?
Yeah.
And then I've done some building. I've got a tower that I'm building in Mistlands, and I did some really creative roofing on that tower. I've been building a portal hub for a friend and longtime viewer. I foolishly am building a kitchen on the seasonal server, so I won't be able to submit it for the kitchen contest build or building contest on Jiroc servers. But, we have a community build on one of the floating islands, and so I've been really having a lot of fun building this cute little like cafe kitchen space. And then I've been doing the biome build challenge. I'm finishing up a tree house, and then we're going to go fight bone mass probably later this week. And then I did date night with the hubby in the public test branch. So we went and did Hildir's request. Found some bugs, had some fun. Husband raged a little bit. Good times.
Oh, yeah. What were there any bugs that really stood out that you were able to report to Iron Gate?
Oh yeah, the very next morning they apparently did an update and a fix, but we were on a dedicated server and Hildir didn't show up.
Oh, really?
At all?
Hugin came in and was like, "Hey, it's a space like this where you can find her," and her little icon should have showed up, and it did not.
Mm.
It did not. And so I told husband, I was just like, okay, go into your world, go to the spot where you saw Hugin, go see if you can find her. And he raged for a little bit. And I was like, honey, this is why we do the public test branch, is to find these things and report them so they can fix it before the general public has this experience. And he's like, oh, yeah, right. That's true. You're right.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's all kinds of fun things there that we will cover later. And then I also did an episode playing Star Wars Fallen Order.
Oh, nice.
So lots of content over on Twitch.
Yeah. Yeah. Check it out. Morning Darkness with 2 5s instead of S's. And if you'd like to support Morning Darkness, she also has a place that you can go to donate to her and support her. This website, I haven't tried using yet, but I know a lot of people are using it. It's called Ko-fi or Ko-fi. Do you know how they pronounce it?
Coffee.
Oh, they just say coffee.
Oh,
duh, there's a coffee cup right there.
At coffee.com.
Yeah, so it's ko-fi.com/morning darkness. Again, replace the S's with 5s to find her channel. And yeah, you can donate to her because she streams a lot and is now doing YouTube videos too on top of it.
And I plan on doing like mini blog posts on Coffee about some of the crafting stuff that I do, household terrain crafting. So,
oh, nice. So some extra content for those who are supporting.
Yeah.
Cool. I know Gwen hasn't done any videos in the last month because she's had a potato laptop, but I managed to get a video out before I went on vacation with my wife for her birthday, and that was how to find, update, and install mods easily using a mod manager. And that's a video I'd planned to make for a long time because so many people ask, how do I install mods? Or they come and they say, well, how do I do this or how do I do that? And I ask them, how did you install your mods to begin with? And they say, well, I installed them manually. I downloaded the files and I put them into the Valheim folder. And I think, oh, no, don't do it that way. That is the hardest way to do it. If you want to easily install them, not mess with any of your files, and also easily update them, use a mod manager. So I finally created a video that's really, also, really extensive.
If there's ever an update, you can turn off mods one at a time to figure out which one is breaking things.
Yes. Using mods can break your game.
I had a friend who was saying, "Oh no, this thing is broken. What do I do?" And I was like, "Turn off a mod one at a time until your stream and game are working again." And he's like, "Oh, okay." And it worked. He was able to stream that night because I told him to just turn something off or turn everything off and turn them on one at a time to see if it still was working.
Yeah. So check out my video on how to install mods, and it should cover almost all your questions. And if it doesn't answer all of your questions about mods, you can always come to my Discord. We have a Game Master channel where any of my admins and a lot of my players and even some of the modders, they all hang out there, and they are really helpful, and they can answer any questions you have about using mods. And then Vaste, I know that you jump around to various different games, but you actually did a game in real life, didn't you? What's going on here?
So the last podcast I talked about the archery course I was going to start, and I did. And this is from the second class. We actually start shooting this.
Look at that, so professional looking. Look at that!
Nice.
Look at that form, perfect form. Got the wrist guard.
We took all the first class to practice only the security and the posture, so it should be like really good for the time of shooting. And it went really well. It was really fun. and it was really cold. And I actually,
really cold.
yeah, I actually almost broke the two of the arrows doing the Robin Hood shot by pure luck.
Did these
It was
two
like-
hit the same
Yeah.
spot?
Yeah, almost exactly.
Oh, that's cool.
I have a few perfect shots, but for some reason they didn't stick, so I don't have pictures of them because the arrows went flying backward.
They bounce back.
Yeah, the bounce back. Yeah.
They have a harder base in the center, so that happens, so you don't get credit.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, it was really fun. Yeah.
Very cool.
Actually getting to shoot is way better.
Cool. And we'll definitely have to
cool.
get everybody together and do an archery competition. I mean,
I-
I haven't shot archery in probably 30 years, but
I always wanted to get into archery, and by the time I finally had, time to do it, by that point I was in a physical state where I can't do it anymore.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, you can always cheat with a crossbow.
Oh yes.
I don't think that would be any
Crossbow.
better for different reasons.
Just ask someone else to like load it for you.
Well, not only that,
And then
but
you
the
just do the fun bit.
don't they
There
have
are-
Do they have
no.
one?
don't they have like a little bit of a kickback?
Not that much.
Not really. It depends how.
So
how
not like
heavy it is.
Valheim crossbows.
Oh, yeah,
No, it
definitely
doesn't
not.
like stagger you like you know.
Well, let's see here. There is some Valheim news we're going to cover now, and they released a while ago. The Ashlands heavy armor. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh man, the barbarian look really had me laughing. I was laughing so hard.
Yeah. So they gave.
It's like Sith Lords meets.
It does look like Sith
barbarian.
Lord.
I love this look.
Meat.
Like this right here with the chainmail up front and like the hood. And I this look is that is so beautiful.
Okay.
I
Can
don't.
I be that annoying
Yes, do
historical
it.
accuracy person?
Yes.
Do it.
Oh god.
Please
Oh, God.
explain the chainmail going in between the legs, yet not protecting the legs. What's that about? What is it protecting there? And like obviously that it is protecting one very important thing, but then below that, it's protecting a gap. Why?
Well,
Because
you
they
know.
have too much iron and they use it for the decoration. They like to waste
so
iron.
good feedback, Gwen. You should definitely let the artists at Iron Gate know. But
Yeah, it's funny. A lot of armor in fantasy gets designed for the look, so it looks cool,
Yeah,
but doesn't
no function.
necessarily for
No
function.
function.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just wait till the third picture, Gwen. Just wait. Just wait.
There's the second picture without the hood and the cape. But everything else looks the same. And then
does.
Gwen will like this one even better. Yeah.
I mean, this is giving me dungeon vibes, but yeah.
No, this feels like bikini armor, but for dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
Best
have
cop
been
armor.
I've been discussing this as a thing with a friend recently, and this feels like they're trying for a Conan vibe.
Again,
Yeah.
what are they? Why is it hanging in between the legs? It would have been better if it was like on the legs with a split in the middle, because that is exactly how chainmail would have been worn, especially for people riding horses.
Give them your feedback, Gwen. But
Okay,
I'm surprised
okay.
Monte will
Robin,
let this pass.
we need to speak. Grimcore.
Yeah.
Is it? I'm guessing it's Grimcore who did the design.
I think so.
Yeah, maybe.
We need to have a chat.
Okay. Well,
I mean, to be fair, like it's always weird to have like the combo of plate armor and mail, but I do like that there's mail in between, like in the gaps, in
Mhm.
between the like in the shoulders and like the neck. that makes sense. It does protect those like gaps where you could get sword and things wedged in there. But then why not protect your biceps and elbows, or your thighs? Like the one place where there's an artery that if it gets cut, you're pretty much dead.
You mean the femoral or brachial arteries? Yeah.
Yeah, that bit, that like tiny little yeah.
Maybe it's meant for the wearer to have to maneuver, so they have to step in between, like swing the leg underneath the chainmail, swing it around back and forth. Shoo, protect like the left thigh, the right thigh, the left thigh. Okay.
And then isn't there a more recent armor too?
Well, yeah. So this one is older. I think we even discussed this on the last podcast, but Gwen wasn't here. And the new armor is the mage armor. Concepts for the mage armor. So check this out.
Yeah. This is a look.
Yeah.
You know why? It looks like
the Fenris gear. Stuff. Yeah.
It looks like Kylo Ren's get up.
Oh,
it's like the Knights of the Knights of Ren or whatever they're called from the new trilogy, Star Wars. I'm talking Star Wars. Sorry for anyone who's not following the references.
I mean, I feel like Vashti covered it by saying Sith look, but
Oh yeah.
Went deep.
Yeah. If you look for a picture of Sith look or Dark Mage look, you will get this. Yeah. Like literally anything is. Yeah, it is. It looks cool. I'm not saying that. It looks awesome. That's the look you want. There's no problem with that. But yeah, it's all the same inspiration, which is not bad. Just to make sure.
The arm pieces look real interesting. Like, is that?
Yeah, I was wondering what that was. If it like kind of leopard print. Yeah, is it like a leopard's print sleeves, or is it like
it does feel like that, right?
Like metallic pieces. Yeah. Is that the only picture we got?
No.
We have this one, which is another variation.
Oh, that is creepy. That's Dementor look.
Yeah. I was going to say the same. That's
the Wraith look in the game.
Yeah. Oh, I bet you need a Wraith trophy to make it.
Oh, that'd be
cool. That's a really good shout. Yeah.
That'd be so cool.
Yeah. And then there's one more version here, which is,
Yeah.
Let's show some skin.
Crop top look.
It's gonna be hot. That is what this tells me. That the Ashlands are gonna be real warm, and they're trying to telegraph that.
If there's lava, you will get burned. You will get this, or if there's sun, you will get burned. You don't want to go around with just skin exposed.
No, you don't want your skin exposed.
If this is the new armor in this style, I think I'm going to do a 24-hour live stream in this outfit and dancing and showing my belly and my abs.
We'll build a club for you. We'll build a special club.
Can I give a quick teaser as to when husband and I were in the public test branch real quick?
Yeah.
He built a maypole inside this like central cage pillar area that we've got. He's like, "Oh, are you going to give me a pole dance in the cage?" And I'm like, all right. So I hop up on the pole and I strip all of my armor off and my character's dancing around. He starts throwing gold pieces at me. He only threw 6 gold pieces at me. And I was like,
oh, cheap. I know, right?
But it was funny. It was absolutely...
Oh wow, yeah, this is very there's very lots of skin showing.
Yeah.
I think they're adding this just to like mess around and be silly.
Yeah. I feel like this is because it's just not at all the style of Valheim. But it is. It would be fun if it was one of those things that you could get from Hildir, like as a special, for special nights.
For special nights.
That's an interesting comment because are they going to? I will leave it for later, but there's something important with that.
With the Hildir's update
related to Hildir's quest.
Yeah.
Request.
Well, speaking of the Hildir's patch, let's talk about it. It just came out on the public test branch what, like Friday or Saturday, MD? Do you
Friday.
remember? Friday, yeah.
Oh yeah.
When I was out of town, of course.
So first thing before we even get into it,
Yeah.
Hildir's quest became Hildir's request.
Yes.
Yes.
They said they were going to rename
That's
it.
interesting. Yeah,
They said it was the working title before.
Yeah.
So do any of you have hints or ideas as to why they departed from the quest side of things?
Oh, well, they had said originally that it was a working title only. And so, but it looks like they didn't change it all that much either. And Hildir's request, I think it's really sweet because the way it works is that for everything that you help her with, you get more.
So it's a quest.
It is a quest.
Yeah, you get something and it unlocks more things in her inventory, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, there's a huge patch notes, and we can go through them and discuss them. There's a lot here, but there's some really fun stuff in here.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, let's see.
Oh, yes.
So, MD,
first off,
I'll highlight as we go, but feel free to stop and talk about any of these bullet points that you want or anybody wants here.
Yeah, so first of all, there's Hildir, the new merchant. She is Haldor's sister. She is very, very sweet and a little bit sassy. And she has 2 pets. Not 1, but 2 pet loxes.
Nice.
And they have a trough full of turnips. Sorry, little details that I noticed that I was like... there are new locations. There are... Oh, okay. You're switching things up on me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's her camp first off, right? Hildir's camp?
Yeah, Hildir's camp, which is in the Outer Meadows. And she does pop up in unexplored meadows in the same distance as how you find the trader. Yeah. So then we have new locations. The Smoldering Tomb. It's how much information do you want?
Probably not too much. Maybe you can say what biome they're in if you remember.
Yeah, okay. All right. So so the Smoldering Tomb is in the Black Forest. It is basically just like a burial chamber, but it's a little bit different. And we did have spoiler pictures that were given to us of what the location would look like. But I'm pretty sure they don't. I'm pretty sure they don't spawn in until after you hit her map table. Because you have to hit her map table to get these quest locations. Another new location is the Howling Cavern. It is basically a frost cave in the mountains, but a little bit different. And the mini boss is super fun. And then the third, which this one is so clutch. This is the best thing of the entire update, is the sealed tower in the plains. And honestly, I think this is why they did one of the updates in the game where they made the workbench more of a cylindrical coverage versus a spherical coverage. Is this very specific reason. The sealed tower is tall.
Yeah.
And you can build outside of it, but not inside of it.
Oh, you can't?
No.
Oh,
you can't even... You can't even build a campfire.
Oh, wow. So is that sealed tower, because I haven't had a chance to go in a game and look at it, is it made of multiple small piece blocks like you would?
No.
Or is it one giant model?
It is one giant piece.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking it would be. That's cool.
And it's got all kinds of fun surprises in it. So the sealed tower was by far my favorite of the 3 new locations. And... it was very fun.
So it must be invulnerable then, right? You can't break any of the walls or anything. Cool.
Nope.
And
then there are 3 new mini bosses.
Yeah.
All of them were fun. They have a lot of HP.
And I'm guessing each of these new locations has one of the new bosses. Is that right?
Uh-huh.
Cool.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we're not going to spoil the new bosses in this preview.
Yeah.
Vaste, what else do they have?
Well, before we go into the next thing, I'm going to say something.
Okay.
I hope they add 3 new raids with those new mini bosses. I don't know if they are. I don't know if they are going to, but they should. They have to.
Would be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, outside of the Hildir request content, we have some world modifiers, which basically lets you change the way some of the basic modifiers for your own playing world. Like you can change the difficulty, which is something that may help a lot of casual guys that just want to get on the Hildir quest, check out what is new, but don't really get into the more difficult part of it. Or the hardcore 8,000 hours of Podheim that don't know what else to do. They can put everything to the max and keep dying. I lose everything. There's even a portal modifier that is quite nice because it adds a few things that were done with mods. So those mods are getting away. And there's you can preset a world for the creative mode, which up till now we have to do with commands in games. Once you start the game, you can preset it to just start with it, which is really nice. The creative mode is something really cool. So setting it faster is a great choice, and a lot more of modifiers.
Yeah, can I actually mention one of the least talked about, but when I think is a real huge game changer? There's a setting that allows you to change the drop rate, which includes up to doubling your yield from your farming. So you can change how much the mobs drop, but also how much you get from farming. And I think that's actually a really neat option that they added that can really make a difference in a lot of ways for people, that will be really helpful, time saving. I don't know.
Not everybody has the same amount of time to grind, right? So if you just want to get more stuff quicker, that's helpful.
For a hard populated server, you can make the natural resources last even longer.
Yeah, exactly. When you have a really highly populated server like Jiroc servers.
Yeah. Even with just the basic 10 people, some of the resources are so scarce that it's really hard. If you want to have 10 people with defenseless gear, it's impossible. Literally impossible. So you now can have it.
Yeah. Cool. Well, those world settings are something that a lot of games have after they've been around for a while. And it's nice to get them in Valheim even before they've reached their 1.0 release. That was something I didn't think we were going to get until 1.0 release, but getting it early is absolutely awesome. And it's going to make it difficult for me to figure out, because I'm sure people are going to have different requests. Can the server be set to this? Can the server be set to that? And like, some of you want it easier, some of you want it harder. So what do I do? But what else? What other updates they got, Gwen?
8 different fireworks added. That is cool, including thunderstone and black core, not corn, thrown in the fire. So that's cool that there's a bit more use to the thunderstones that you can. I think those are ones you can purchase from a Haldor, but really you only need one to make an obliterator, and that's it. Or just for decorations, I guess, if you've got a mod and you can place it on item stands. But yeah, the black cores, though, those are already so hard to find that I don't know if I would want to just, the black cores are the ones that you find in the new, in the Mistlands dungeons, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're super hard to find.
Well, they're not. I mean, once you find enough, though, if you're single player and you've got all 15, like, what do you do with any extras?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true.
But
But like
I have
finding
a
15 already is
I have a funny story about this one in particular, though. Smithe came into my chat, and I was teaching someone how to use the Surtling cores as fireworks in the current, in the current game version. And he was like, "Throw a black core on." And I'm like, first of all, we're in the swamps. We're not even that far yet. And second of all, it doesn't work. He's like, "What? It's supposed to work." So even Smithe, if he listens to this, he'll be mad at me for calling him out. I'll be like, "Yeah, that's why it's in the public test branch being called out that you can use black cores."
Oh, so it was meant to be working already with the Mythlands release. They just
Yeah,
didn't.
it didn't work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry,
Well, I'm
cute
looking
little
forward
piece of
to.
lore.
Yeah, that's funny. It makes sense. I mean, a core is a core, right? So I was actually also expecting it to work, but my precious cores, I had to save them for my workbench upgrades.
maybe
But
with the new shield modifier, you may get even more cores.
Yeah, possibly. But
Yeah.
8 different fireworks added. That's exciting. So I'm guessing maybe you can do combos of throwing multiple things in the fire and seeing what comes out. So that would be pretty cool because the current one, the settling core one, is just basically one
Yellow.
color, right? It's like yellow, yellow, and it
Yeah.
depending on which environment you're in. If you're in a very misty or cloudy weather or environment, it just basically lights up the whole sky, this kind of
Yellow.
orangey yellow color.
Yeah.
It would be cool to be able to do multiple ones. And I bet you the black cores will probably give you a similar effect than when there's thunderstorms in the Mistlands, like that purple, pink.
That would
color.
be the Thunderstone, actually.
Makes sense.
I don't know. The thunderstone is blue.
Well, okay, I
The
guess
black cores are a little bit like purple.
Anyway, I'm not going to spoil it. I'm going to stop talking. But yeah, it's cool.
Okay.
It's cool.
Oh
It's
yeah,
cool.
of course, because you've tested it already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So
yeah.
with that, we also have a new item with the sparkler.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
They teased that
It's
in a
very
picture.
loud. It's so loud.
Oh, is it loud?
It's very loud.
Well, hopefully they fix that. That can be annoying.
It's cute. I mean, it doesn't last. It's like a torch, but it's very cute.
That's funny, but I wonder if this is a precursor to maybe gunpowder. That's what I was looking for. Gunpowder and cannons.
No,
I reckon.
Cannons in
this is a new
Valheim.
item because you'll be able to do cannons with the Ashlands release. We already have catapults and stuff.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true,
So
but
I bet you
catapults.
the next evolution is going to be gunpowder. Actually, it makes sense with the Ashlands because it's all ash and stuff. It's going to be sparkler. And then powder or whatever material you get, you harvest from the Ashlands, and then you'll be able to have like firearms and, or at least cannons, maybe not firearms, but
flintlock
I
pistols.
could deal
that
with
makes
cannons.
sense.
I could deal with cannons, but Vikings with guns, no.
Yeah.
Well, what are we going to get in our computers at this rate? Maybe cell phones. You can call from one point from the map to another.
Spaceships. They have it already.
There's already a
modeled
spaceship in the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right,
There is. That's true.
Next evolution. Yeah, and then of course we'll get lots of new clothing. So now they gave us a number, so we'll have 10 different hats and headscarves, as well as 14 dresses and tunics. Now I wonder if each of these are different models, or if for example, like 10 hats, is it 10 different colors of the same hat, or same 2 or 3 hats, or is it actual 10 different styles?
It's 5 different styles.
Oh,
And
okay.
each 2 have different colors.
For the hats.
Yeah.
And
I really
how many styles of dresses and tunics besides just color and pattern changes?
Okay, so aside from color and pattern changes, I believe there are 2 different kinds of each. So 2 different kinds of dresses. There's the shawl and the beaded. And then for the guys, same thing, shawl and then the beaded.
Cool. I'm curious about the hats. Again, with my critical historical lens on, to be like, we've seen only one of the new hats, which is the pointy one.
Yep.
The one that is a bit dubious from archaeological records. The one that people say is a Ross, like Ross Viking, so from Eastern Europe.
Yeah, the headscarves I think you'll like.
Yes, I hope they have a Dublin cap, which is the little kind of like little coif type thing that ladies actually wore, because we actually have found some silk ones in Dublin, which is why it's called Dublin cap. So I hope if they've done their research, and I trust in Lisa, and I think because it's Lisa who's a designer who worked a lot on the outfits and stuff. And I actually had like a little exchange with Monty, who's their community manager from Iron Gate, who is also a Viking reenactor. So we were nerding out. I sent her my video when I released it like 2-3 months ago. And I was kind of starting a conversation around hats, saying, "Oh, I hope we get some like cool actual hats, you know." And so I hope that they have added some hats that, because there's 3 distinct styles of hats, men's hats that we actually have both archaeological finds as well as depictions on stone, like rune stones and stuff like that. So those are the ones that the most reenactors wear. So I really hope that they have those at least, because if that's the case, then I'll definitely do videos on how to make a real one.
Yeah.
Because I need to make hats.
That's a real one.
Yeah. So that's the new stuff. And then the clothing I'm also very excited about. I'll definitely recreate some of it, because I do need new Viking get up. So I've got lots of spare fabrics that I need to stash. So
if you make replica Viking outfits, are you going to do it in the pixel art format too?
No,
for each of the patterns?
It would be funny. You know, I saw, because I searched at some point Podheim cosplay, because I was really curious to see if anyone had done Podheim cosplay. And there's 1 or 2 pictures of people having done them in the pixel style.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
And they look amazing. So one person had done the wolf cape with the head and everything. So like what we can see on Baste's avatar. And it's like all kind of blocky and stuff, and it looks so cool. So yeah, I won't do it the blocky style, because that would be weird. Not sure how I would do that. I would need to do it like a patchwork.
Yeah, you have to do a bunch of little squares. That would take forever.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, MD, what other updates coming with this patch?
Okay, so we have Forge and Galder table extensions. So you can now upgrade your gear to level 3.
Awesome.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. The level 3 Him and Awful is, it's so good. It's so good. It makes me happy. It is a little strange. The vice grip is the same recipe as the cooler forge, or the cooling hub. I forget what it's called.
Forge cooler.
Forge cooler. Yeah. Okay. I'm like, the words are there, just not the right order. So I wonder if maybe they might want to change that up just a little bit, so it's not exactly the same. And then the mage table extension, the Galder table, the unfading candle, I am going to use that on so many. Gwen, you're going to want it in your hut.
Yes.
It's so freaking cool. It's so freaking cool looking. I will not spoil too much, but let's just say,
I'm just excited that is it really a candle? Does it look like a candle?
3 candles.
Oh, nice.
It's the skulls of your enemy.
Yeah, it's a mage candle. I saw it. It looks awesome.
I've been waiting for a candle, because if you remember back in last October, I did a bunch of like Halloween themed streams and stuff, and I did the Hocus Pocus witch cottage. And that's the thing that was missing, is something that was like a candle.
Yep.
Or a bunch of candles. And I was and also the other thing that was missing was the lanterns, and then that came out with the Mistlands. So I need to do an upgrade to that
Yes, you do.
House now that I've got things that will work better for it.
Maureen, can you check this? These new extensions use some of the new items, or there are items that we already have previous to
the vice grip and the unfading candle?
Yes.
We built that before we did anything else. We logged in and got the new the different recipes, and we built the vice grip and the unfading candle in the first 30 minutes of stream. So
yeah, that's another miss from them, because all the upgrades, if you think it, all the upgrades are with new items you are going to find with all the progression stuff. They were saying these new are going to be with the new updates. We will add with the new updates. We will follow the same progression we do with that, and they don't use the new items. It's kind of like a miss.
Push back on that a little bit. I feel like they compromised a little bit here. So they started the forge and the Gulder table at level 2 when they released Mistlands, and a lot of people complained that they felt like Mistlands wasn't complete because the workbenches didn't go up very far. And, yes, the argument is that with all of the workbenches, you have to go into other biomes to get materials to upgrade them further. I think this was a compromise where they gave us a slightly higher workbench level without having to wait for Ashlands. But I don't think they're missing something here. I think that this is just all right, you guys want a little bit higher gear before you go into Ashlands. This might also be acknowledging that Ashlands is going to be harder, and having higher level gear might be important. So I don't think this is a miss. I think this was, a little bit of a compromise, but fully intentional. And it is a fun thing to be able to go in and immediately upgrade your gear. So I disagree with you, Vaste.
Yeah.
I know I'm always like the, Pollyanna, cheery, oh no, but Valheim could do no wrong, which I don't believe. But I do often argue for them more often than I complain about them.
Yes. My thing is the level 2 magic gear destroy anything, even in Mistlands. It's like the magic is working really good now that we have some time to test and try and everything.
I will say they didn't let you upgrade 2 of the mage items, though.
Oh.
The blood magic items didn't get an upgrade.
Okay, then...
Yeah, they don't want more skeletons right now. 2 is enough for now.
And then other building material, we have the barber kit, which lets you make the barber station, which instead of using blue jute, they ended up using troll hide, which I have to appreciate. Also, the chair did not look like an office chair. So that was good. It looked more like a stool.
Well, yeah, troll hide better than blue jute, because that way you can get it earlier in game and not almost towards the end.
I think they listened to the feedback on that one, and it looked real neat. So I definitely have to say the barber station was a fun little thing to play with. And then they added a new thing that's the iron pit. Now, the iron pit is an interesting thing because you can't teleport it. So it's basically like a 3 times the size of a brazier, of a standing brazier, but you can't teleport it. And so I'm kind of like, who is ever going to buy this unless it gives you a portable 2 comfort for resting?
Does it give comfort? Did you test it?
Well, I mean, I tested it, but I didn't have a roof over it because I didn't want to haul it all the way back.
Yeah.
And also, we had trouble finding her. So we spent 4 hours searching for her. And then finally, we had to kind of finagle it. But so I didn't really get to test the iron pit too much. But I have questions about the iron pit.
But that it's 3 times bigger. It's cool looking, but transporting it is hard, right? Because you have to ship it now.
Yeah. And I have questions about that.
We have the humidifier for the portals.
Yeah.
Well, you do have that, but husband didn't want to play with that. And then the new furniture fire pit, it's the same thing.
You also can't portal it?
No, they're talking about the same thing here. So a new material is the iron pit, and the furniture is the fire pit that you make with the iron pit that you buy.
So the iron pit is just the mat to build the pit. Okay, there you go.
The fire pit, yeah.
Cool. Gwen, what else we got?
So back to our cosmetic upgrades with the new barber kit and barber station. I'm guessing you get to change your hairstyle. And we get apparently 8 new hairstyles, which is, we already had new hairstyles with, as in we had new hairstyles with the Mistlands update.
These are only available on the barber table.
Yeah. So this is 8 in addition to the ones that were added already with Mistlands. So we now have a decent amount of choices to personalize our character, which is great. So as you said, those 8 new hairstyles are only available via the barber station. So you can't start your character with them, but you can then change hairstyle. And same with the 5 new beard styles.
That's an interesting decision.
And I mean, it's cool because, it gives you an incentive to actually have the barber station. So you can test, and it gives you a bit more excitement to go and find, get the materials and stuff like that. But also it's quite cool because I know a complaint that a lot of people have, especially playing with a lot of people, is a lot of your characters end up looking all the same, because initially in the game we only had 6-7 hairstyles to pick from, and even less beard styles. So you always ended up twinning with other people, and then if you're in a multiplayer server before the Mistlands, at least everyone was just always in padded gear, so everyone looked the same. So that's quite cool. Now we have a lot of different styles and things. And we also have 4 new music tracks, which we had hinted at when we did our interview quite recently with Patrick Jarlstam, who is the composer for Valheim. We spoke to him, when was it, 2-3 months ago?
Yeah.
After the Mistlands release, and he was actually working on some tracks for this new update, and he had mentioned that there were some more tracks. Obviously, with the Mistlands, we had a number of new tracks that were added. A lot of the new tracks were related to, obviously, the Mistlands, but also new tracks added in previous biomes and locations. So the Grey Dwarf Tower, the Fueling Villages, and Haldor's location all had new tracks. So I will speculate that it's probably, again, new music tracks on previous biomes, adding a bit more ambience to existing locations. Unless there might be 4 new music tracks for the actual Hildir's requests new locations, because there's actually Hildir's place and then the 3 dungeons. So maybe those are the 4 new tracks.
That's what I was going to guess.
Oh, okay.
That's what it is.
Oh, damn it.
And Patrick has done it again.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah, they're good.
I'm really excited to hear the Hildir's one, because
it's so good.
The Haldor's is my favorite track, and it's so different from all the others, and it makes me so happy to hear it. And Hildir being related and being also a merchant, I'm guessing he's gone with a very similar, very upbeat and folk style.
I think he might have played a little bit of it, or was really inspired and used something that he played for us that wasn't selected originally as her track. I think we've already heard it or heard something similar, because I was listening and I was like, this is real similar to
The show really will sing, so for sure it's going to be great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So MD, I had a question for you, since you've been playing this. The new hairstyles, when you go to the barber station, you can change to the new hairstyle or the new beard styles, but do they also have on there all the old ones in case you want to go back?
Yep.
And then the other question is, can the ladies get the beards? Not with that station.
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
I totally tried.
I know. I figured you tried. Yeah. Well, you could, for those of you who want a beard on your female character, you can get it with dev commands. I have a video that shows you how to do it, but yeah, not with the barber station, unfortunately. So Gwen, can you tell us about, so there are a lot of fixes and improvements that they did, but we're only going to cover a couple of them because a lot of them are just kind of technical things. But Gwen, can you cover one of the fixes and improvements for us?
Yeah, speaking of hair and beards and things, they are now visible when equipping helmets, because until now, whenever you wore a helmet, you were suddenly bald and all your facial head would just poof, disappear. So, which led to really silly looks, which is, I believe, the main reason why no one uses some of the helmets, like the iron. What was it? The iron, the bronze, and all the like early helmets, like the leather one and stuff, just make you look silly, because you can see most of the head is just bald, and then there's just the hat, like the helmet that's sitting on top of your head, and your head is just not a good look. Exactly. So no one uses those. Well, also because they're quite early game, but still. So that's something that they had spoken about, and they had actually shown like the progress that they made on this fix over the past couple of months on Twitter and so on. So this one is not a surprise, but it's a welcome fix.
Cool. Yeah.
A nice visual effect.
Mm-hmm.
And Vaste, there's another fix or improvement. Can you talk about this one?
Yeah, the chat, when there's a ping, the chat open the box of all the chat with the history and the last message, everything opens, and there's a particularly annoying problem with that box, because it covers up the craft button, so you can craft until the box is away. Now, maybe because this isn't the first time they say they're working on this, the chat box won't appear when there's a ping. So you may be able to craft when they're ping. We hope for.
Yeah.
We believe in them that this time is actually happening.
Well, and if you have a chatty server, then the chat window is going to open up, and that'll block it too. So
Gosh, so many.
We don't have an option for that.
So chat is not too bad, because then at least you can follow the conversation and whatnot. But the ping thing is really annoying, because if you're on a server with lots of people playing together and they're sailing, you can bet that they'll be pinging every 30 seconds to just keep, to help help navigate in the sea. And it's, you're constantly getting that chat thing opening, and you're not sure if someone's typing or if someone's pinging, if it's for you or someone else. Really irritating.
You can't forget about any craft.
Oh yeah. I don't craft enough to notice that. That being an impairment.
Every time I try to cook, people start pinging and chatting, and I just have to wait.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah. There should be an option to minimize the chat window. That's really what they need.
Or like an escape to close it or something.
No, open on ping anymore. That's well. So basically, it would overlay the craft box. So hopefully, they fix that. And that's all I think that is.
Oh, well, that's the next bullet point, is resolve chat blocking input for other UIs, such as map. And I'm guessing map, but hopefully also the craft box and the build boxes.
Yeah. Because the chat box should be the last priority of the UI things, and it should never be on the
background. Yeah.
Always on the back.
Yeah, if you open up your UI, it should cover the chat box. Because if you want to see chat, you can just close the UI. Get out of your workstation or your inventory or whatever. So there's a bunch of other fixes too. But MD, do you want to talk about one of these really exciting ones here?
Yeah. Fixed missing special characters on signs. I've noticed that there were a couple of special characters that wouldn't work, and I was like, oh, why does this work but not this other one? So I'm really glad to see that. That'll be fun.
Yeah, especially for people who like to make rainbows and other things, with special characters. You want all the special characters.
Giant chickens on the sign.
Oh yeah, there's probably a special character for a chicken, right? So
yeah, that one actually does work. So
okay.
Oh, maybe my Star Wars will go back to the actual science because it's all weird
Oh yeah,
now.
you had a bunch of special characters on that looked cool before they broke it.
All of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's how my rainbow got broken too, was with the Maypole update. But yeah. Anyway.
Mhm.
And MD, what about this quality of life update?
Yeah, the quick stack. Press
Can you
Shift
tell us
E.
about that? Have you got to use it?
Honestly, I didn't even notice it when I was doing all these other things. But I remember seeing other people do it, and I'm like, oh man, I need to remember to do that. So you can use the quick stack button and Shift E to quickly place all items already in a container from your inventory. So if you've got a bunch of wood and resin and seeds, if you've been out chopping trees and you've been attacked by gray dwarves, and you just go to your chest and do Shift E on the wood, it'll just transport the wood into the chest for you. And it's so good. It's so good.
Well, yeah, now you don't have to open every single chest and pull things over or shift it over. You can just target it and Shift E without opening it.
Right, but if you have a chest that has wood and resin per se, the wood and resin in your inventory will shift over, but the seeds will stay in your inventory. So it's real nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, I still think so. It's funny. I was playing 7 Days to Die, and it just makes me love their inventory system so much better because they give you so many slots per container. Even like the very early containers you get, then you come into Valheim, and I just feel like walls of chests in my house and everybody's house. It's ridiculous. It's ugly looking. We need to have at least 3 times the amount of storage in every container, so that there are less chests everywhere. Walls of chests is ridiculous.
You never saw the storage I did, right? Because there's wall, there's floor, and there's roof of chests.
Yes. Yeah. People have made, you put chests in the floor and everything because they're just everywhere. It's
and the problem with the I think everyone uses the iron chests because they have better capacity, but they're easier to stack neatly.
Yeah.
Then the black metal chests are the ones with the biggest capacity, but their shape is so weird that you can't make it look neat. And a lot of people, me included, feel like they look a bit ugly as well. They're like a bit too
fantasy.
I don't know, a bit too fantasy. So they don't go well with certain styles of interior and certain styles of build. So everyone ends up using the iron chests, and that's a lot of iron. And the capacity is still not the best. So I'm hoping that as part of the new biomes, they'll come up with another storage option that has better capacity, but also is like a bit more discreet. I really hope to have like barrels at some point.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Big looking barrels that you can stack with a lot of capacity.
Yeah. Speaking of stacking, it would be great if they would snap to each other in a stacking order. That would be really nice. Yeah. Well, at least we got a quick stack now with Shift E. That will help a lot. So you can just run along your chest and Shift E on all of them to help sort your inventory.
That'll be real nice.
Vaste, can you tell us about this one right here?
We can do the manual snapping now. Okay. The snap in Valheim is really good. Doing it is really bad. You need to be facing exactly the point where you want to snap. Now you can manually choose which snap point to use. You can point with the Q and E to precise where to snap. And I think there's 4 per corner, something like that. It was 4 snap points per corner.
It's a little bit different than that, but yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I would say there's a mod for that. For this, I play a lot with that mod, and it's a one way only thing. when you start using it, you can go back. So this is a great change that they added to the base game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so frustrating to try to build underneath something, and you have to get underneath it, and sometimes you just can't because you're not low enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is a little bit strange sometimes. Some of the it attaches to a strange snap point on occasion, or it doesn't quite hit the snap point of the piece that you're trying to go for. So it's still not quite what I was hoping it would be, but it is amazing to be able to just be standing there and hit Q or E and have the piece pop up higher so that you don't have to get scaffolding, just so you can get a piece to snap up on top of the piece that you're on. Yeah, it's so nice.
Cool. And Gwen, can you tell us about this one?
Yeah, another change that we spoke about before. I definitely spoke about it on stream, at least. When I was starting season 4, with the last updates or last big patch with the Mistlands, I think they added a couple of things onto the main menu, the pause menu. They added the capacity to pause the game if you were in single player, as well as a couple more options. And now they finally also added the ability to skip the intro sequence from that pause menu. And also to pause the game while in the intro. So for those of us who often start new worlds and new characters, that intro scrolling text with the Valkyrie sending you off in the sky and all of that, we've all seen it. It's cool. It's really cool the first couple of times, but after a while, it's kind of like, okay, I'm going to be waiting here for a minute. I'm going to make a coffee, come back, and hopefully my character will be there. So yeah, we can now skip. We'll be able to skip this, which is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if you skip that, are you going to still have the reveal of the map where you would have flown in?
I think they changed that in general, actually.
Because I used to, that it would show you the path that you revealed, and I would always try to look and see if it revealed water, because I try to get to water as soon as I can, so you can get flint, right? Like flint is super valuable early game, and I would always use that path if, even if when I'm flying in, if I could see water, I would note it in my mind, but I would check that path too. So I don't know if you get that path anymore. We'll have to test that.
Yeah.
And I wonder if you skip, how much of it you skip, or if it's just a scrolling text bit that you skip and you still get the flying bit, or if you skip the whole thing and basically log on as you get dropped.
I think they changed all of that in general anyway.
Oh. Is that all the hint you're going to give us?
Yep.
So there's something different there we'll have to test on our own.
Yep.
I saw how the skip work in one of the early testing, so I think if it works how I saw it, it's a no. But I didn't see how it works now, so leave it at that.
And MD, what are the couple other updates we should talk about here?
I didn't really get to do a lot of testing on this, but the way it's worded, I have questions.
Yeah.
Workbench and Forge now get slightly increased build range when upgraded. So does that mean that it's goes above the 20-meter?
I think so.
Range?
Yes.
I think maybe you get 1 or 2 meters extra for each. I haven't tested it, but that's what I would guess.
Or does it mean that where you place the upgrades build zone has increased?
No,
I think it would be
I saw the testing. It still counts from the base one, but it does a few. Don't know exactly how much, but it adds a few meters.
Okay, interesting. And then crafting benches build range is now cylindrical instead of spherical. Spherical. And I 100% think that this is because of the towers that they put in the plains.
Interesting.
Because the tower is just that tall.
Yeah, it's probably goes outside of the sphere range, and you'd have to try to find some way to place another one up there.
And by the way, there's no way in from the ground.
Yeah, you have to build up to it, right?
You have to parkour.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Parkour is canon now.
I'm never
Or
gonna make
you
it.
can just build a full spiral staircase up to it. Like,
Yeah.
that's fine too.
Oh no, spiral staircase is my worst enemy.
Okay.
Along with the roofs.
Well,
When
Well,
I have a plan. We'll talk later.
oh, slingshot me up.
Slingshot you up. There you go.
Yeah,
And then you could just glide down into it.
yeah, perfect.
that is even
Yeah.
worse. You realize that
No,
that
no,
is
no,
even
no.
worse.
No,
You
no,
will
no.
end up in
No,
the middle
that
of
will
the
work better.
green
That's
village,
the best plan.
surrounded by all the wrong enemies.
What could
Oh,
go
this would be
wrong?
hilarious.
I can see
I
that
shall
being
say.
a new competition, right? Slingshot to see who can
Oh my
glide
gosh.
into the tower.
No. You have to do it without the feather caves.
Oh, jeez.
If you do it with the feather caves, it's cheating.
Well, it's a really exciting update. It's only on the public test branch as of this recording, and hopefully it'll go live soon. The MD said that they found a few bugs when they were playing it, so hopefully they get them fixed soon. And all the new clothes and headwear are pretty exciting.
Yeah.
This update brings a lot of new clothing items to the game, and if you'd like to purchase modern or historical Viking products in real life, check out my sponsor, the Grimfrost, at jiroctheviking.com/Grimfrost, or email Gwen because she likes to make stuff. Maybe she'll take orders because she's got so much spare time on her hands. But awesome. I think that's going to do it for this week, everyone. Thank you for joining me.
Yeah. Thanks for cutting this
Thank you.
right at the time that I said I had to go.
Oh yeah, just in time.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely. And that's it for now. Have fun out there.
Bye.